Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Triple IPA channel, where apparently we review triple IPAs like it's our job these days. More goodness from Equilibrium Brewing. They are Middletown, New York, courtesy of my man Tom. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. This is actually a collaboration from what I can gather. It doesn't actually say it on it, but I think the logo is there. Equilibrium and Evil Twin. This is even more unbalanced, and this is 10% alcohol by volume. I don't know the hops in this. It says refrigerate at 38 degrees Fahrenheit. If you guys don't have like the little automated temperature gauges in a refrigerator, you're doing it wrong, because it's got to be 38. Refrigerate at 38 degrees. Like, who the fuck knows what the... We've reviewed some beers tonight. I'm not gonna... We don't need to go on. Like, do people... Maybe people have temperature gauges in their refrigerator. God bless you if you have that. I don't have that. So yeah, I heard some really good things about this beer, and we're gonna be using our Equilibrium proper glassware, courtesy of Tom, because as we always say, beer tastes better in proper glassware. This can is filled to the top, so let's get this 10% goodness into our belly. I'm telling you, these things are killing me. That looks like freaking juice. A little bit darker than, what was the last triple IPA we reviewed was the Hoof-Hearted one. This one's a little bit darker, but still, it's that like, I mean, it's that hazy kind of orange, sort of going to that amberish color. There is a nice, I mean, a finger and a half almost of like an off-white head. It's like the most fluffy cloud-like head I've seen on a triple IPA, and that head is sticking around. Usually at 10% the head will dissipate. That's just chilling. Looks awesome. So yeah, I think it was Mark who said this beer was fire, and I was like, I got one of those, I'm gonna drink it. So here we are. Let's smell it. So this has that, like, we talked about it in the Hoof-Hearted review that we did. This beer, when you smell it, you're like, yeah, this is 10%. And it's not that it smells boozy, it's just got that, and I say it every time and it sounds dumb, and I say that it sounds dumb every time, it smells thick. It has that like syrupy kind of a aroma. But for me, this is like sweet, it's like sweet orange kind of tangerine. And it's also got this stone fruity kind of, I think, what's the, like, you'll go to like parties and people will have like booze with like, and not sangria, but sort of like that kind of boozy sort of like just chopped up fruit in it, whatever that shit is that you ladle into a cup and you want to kill yourself when you wake up in the morning because you feel like absolute dog shit because there's so much sugar in that kind of a drink. It smells like that. There's a good amount of like this bready kind of crackery thing, but it doesn't smell, if you smell like an old beer that smells like old and malty, it's a different kind of sweetness than what this is. This is like that kind of just hop sweetness, and it could be the 10% that we're smelling. But again, it doesn't smell boozy. It smells sweet orangey, tropical fruity, stone fruity. But it smells heavy, it smells thick, it smells syrupy. And again, I know that sounds dumb, but if you guys have drank triple IPAs, I think you know what I'm talking about. If you do know what I'm talking about when I say it smells thick and syrupy, can you just comment and be like, dude, I know what you're talking about? Or don't do that, I don't care. At this point, I mean, we've drank so many double-digit IPAs the last couple, like 3-4 weeks. I mean, it's gonna be the end of the channel pretty soon, so I don't know. Let's go and taste it. Tom, cheers. Literally like one of the biggest birds I've ever seen. It just flew right past the window in the garage right there. This is crazy that this is a 10% beer. I will just say that. This does not taste anywhere near 10%. It doesn't even drink heavy how like it smells. It smells thick and syrupy. It doesn't. Wow, how do they do that? These breweries are turning people into alcoholics, I'm sure. There is a ton of stone fruit, and there's a good amount of like sweet kind of tangerine-y. There's something else in there. There's like this candy note that I can't put my finger on. I don't want to say something stupid that I'm thinking of, so I'll keep that to myself. But there's like this, there's a candy like from my childhood that I'm tasting in this beer. What is, oh my gosh, that's gonna bug me. What is that? It almost tastes like, do you guys remember Nerds candies? Like you would have the different flavors and you could, didn't Nerds was like the box, right? And you could, there was like, I don't, maybe they had like one, they might have had boxes that were all one flavor, but there was, I remember when I was little, there was Nerds and there was a box and there'd be like a line down the middle and there'd be 2 tabs and you could like mix the different flavors. It reminds me of that. I literally have not had Nerds candy in so long, but there's something in this that's reminding me of Nerds candy, which is awesome. But yeah, it's a stone fruity, there's again like sweet kind of tangerine in there. It's not biting citrus though. It doesn't have that citrus acidity. This is very much sugary candy. Like there's a sweetness to it, but it's not a malty sweetness. It's like, it's like sugary kind of hard candy. I mean, I keep sipping on this, so at 10%, this is ridiculously easy drinking. There's no booze at all. I can't believe this is a 10% beer, honestly. 10% beers usually, and we've talked about how it's kind of hard for them, like it's hard for people, I think, these hazy beers, like when it gets to a 10% and above. You'll either like feel it in your chest, you'll feel warming, like when you drink it. There's none of that with this. This is really good. But there's a good like, is it, I don't know if you can say hop sweetness, that doesn't make sense to me. But you're tasting the hops and you're getting that sweetness from like that candy kind of thing. So I really don't know how to describe that, to be honest. I'm not like a professional when it comes to this stuff. I like this a lot. This is better than I'm just thinking to like the triple IPAs that we reviewed lately. This is better than the Hoof-Hearted triple IPAs that we reviewed. I don't know if it's quite to like the Veil, Monkish kind of triple IPA. Even, wasn't there, Canniversary, the Noble beer that we had was a little bit better than this one. This is really good though. I mean, as far as triple IPAs go, for me, this is like in that world-class area. This is like in that 97, 98 range, somewhere in there. So, I can't believe how easy drinking this is for 10%. It's crazy. I wish they dated there's no dates. I wish they dated their cans, but they don't. This is probably 3 weeks old, time of recording. Today's April 8th. So Tom, if you see this, you can tell us when this was canned and released. I wish they would do that. I'm sure they'll get there, but yeah. I think 98 is a fantastic score for this beer. I think it's really, really good, and I think if you guys have had this, you would probably agree that this is one of the better hazy triple IPAs you've had. If you didn't like this, I kind of would wonder what it was about this that you didn't like. I mean, it says Unbalanced, but I mean, this is really fucking easy drinking, so the name is kind of weird for me because it doesn't seem like there's anything like way off the charts when it comes to this. This is fantastic, so yeah. I'm gonna go 98. Even more Unbalanced, Equilibrium, Evil Twin, awesome stuff. So yeah, if you guys have had it, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Tom, thank you so much again for sending that. And yeah, I'm out of here. See you guys very soon. Cheers.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.